Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Wedge Kyes Stadium for the beginning of the 1991 Baker Buffalo football season. Tonight's home contest will be hosted by the Baker Buffaloes. Coming in town to challenge the Buffaloes is our rival 4 miles to the north, the Zachary Broncos. I'm Greg Allen, along with our play-by-play man, Mr. Jay Brown.
How you
our
doing,
normal
Greg?
play-by-play man will not be with us tonight. Sid Gotro is on the PA system in the press box across the way. Jay, we're getting ready to kick off for another exciting season of Baker High School football.
Yeah, Greg, I think this is either our 8th or 9th year bringing exciting Baker High School football to the fans the following morning on Saturday. We had the coaches over at the Rotary Club the other day, Coach Broussard, Coach Thomas, and Coach Mook, and they gave us a look into the 91 Buffs, and they're excited about the boys they have on both sides of the line, and we're looking for an exciting game here tonight.
All right, tonight's captains for the Baker Buffaloes, number 42 is Paul Gotro, and number 80 is Sammy Williams. The captains for the Zachary Broncos is number 50, Brad Brown.
At safety, number 22, John Brown, and number 80, Sammy Williams.
And number 31 for the Broncos, Jeremy Coates. That's the captains for tonight's ball game. The captains at center field with the officials for the coin toss. And we'll get the results of the coin toss in just a second and see who's going to be kicking, who's going to be receiving, and which end of the field who's going to be defending. Another exciting season beginning tonight, and believe me, ladies and gentlemen, we've had some exciting ones right here in Bufftown as well as on the road. Baker Buffaloes have compiled some very impressive winning records in the past, in the most recent years. Zachary Broncos win the toss, elect to receive. The Baker Buffaloes will be defending the east goal.
Any parents who have children that will participate can go to the gym.
The captains of both teams will go to the sidelines and bring their teams out on the field. Baker will be kicking off to the Zachary Broncos, and they will be defending the east goal line.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please all stand while we have the invocation delivered by Reverend.
All right, we're going to pause for the national anthem. On October the 19th, the people of Louisiana will go to the polls and effect a change in our government that will have a lasting impact on our future. We must elect responsible men and women who make government accountable to the people. The future of Louisiana is now. What is the future of Louisiana? Isn't this what it's all about? Hey, we're all ready for the kickoff. Again, the Baker Buffaloes will be kicking off to the Zachary Broncos. The Baker Buffaloes will be defending the east goal. Kicking off for the Baker Buffaloes will be number 13, Gerald Sewell, who is the quarterback for the Baker Buffaloes. Our play-by-play man again is going to be Jay Brown. We're going to miss Sid up here tonight, but he's going to be doing a good job on the PA system across the way. Sid Gotro, good luck to you. Jay Brown.
All right, Sid, Mr. Jared Sewell, number 13, Mr. Everything.
Don't call me Sid.
Don't call him Sid.
Don't call me Sid.
Don't call me Sid. All right, I won't. All right, here we go. Number 13, Jared Sewell will be kicking off in just a moment to number 21, Curtis Green, or number 23, Gary Coleman from the Zachary Broncos. The officials are holding up the game here just a moment, but we are ready to go in just any second now.
All the coaches agree, Jay, that this is probably one of the biggest football teams Baker's ever had from end to end of the line.
Here we go. The 91 football season is off officially. Taking in number 23, Gary Coleman.
Well, had a fumble. Had a fumble on the play. That whistle had blown, it did.
Zachary High School will keep possession and take over on about there. It's going to be tough tonight, folks, because the field's not lined as well as it usually is, and it's mighty wet out there, and it's going to get anything but better the whole night.
You can say it.
About the 26-yard line, be 1st and 10 for Zachary High School.
Jay, this rivalry goes back a long way. As you know, we both played in this football game back in the days when we played them on a regular basis in AA football.
in wet fields like this too, I believe.
Yeah, many a night.
Number 11, Brian Holiday, keeps around the left end, and he's run out of bounds by a host of Baker Buffaloes.
Since this rivalry has been renewed for the last several years, Zachary has not beaten Baker, but they've played good, hard-nosed football. There's been a good contest every time we've played them. You can expect them to open up with everything that they've got. They want some of the Buffaloes bad, and of course, just as strenuously, the Buffaloes want to preserve their unbeaten record against the Zachary Broncos since this rivalry has been renewed.
Broncos picked up about 6 yards on that first down play, so it'll be 2nd and 4 to go for Zachary. There's a handoff up the middle, and he's knocked down by number 78.
Well, it goes
Andre Davis.
Goes without saying that the footing's going to be real bad out there, and sometimes it's hard. It's definitely hard on the running game for making those cuts and everything, because that's going to work. That's going to work against, and it's going to work for both teams. Sometimes the passing game's good in a situation like this because the offensive has a slight advantage by the receivers knowing when they're going to cut. They can be prepared for their footing, and the defender would have to make an instantaneous cut. Sometimes the offensive would have an advantage.
Exactly. There was a loss on that play, so we've got 3rd down and 7 yards to go for Zachary High School. Baker coming out with pretty good field position. Oh, number 82, Darren Behringer into the backfield. He almost took that handoff, Greg.
He definitely got in the backfield, mixed it up that time. And that's one of Baker's premier ball players is Darren Behringer. You're going to hear his name a lot tonight and a lot through the rest of the season, along with several other ball players that came up with him.
Exactly so. He's a hard-hitting football player. We saw that last year, and we expect big things out of him. Well, it's 4th down and about 7 yards to go, and Zachary's going to punt it away. Back in deep point formation to receive the ball is number 80, Sammy Williams. Oh, there's a fumble on the play.
But he got it off.
Still got it away. It's a bad kick, and it's not going to roll anywhere, and the Buffs are going to come out with excellent field position. Greg, I don't think he even punted the ball back to the 1st down markers. That was about an 8-yard punt.
Well, it was a bad snap or either a bad handle on the play, and he just had to try to get it away best he could. He couldn't get any footing at all, and it was a bad kick for the Broncos. And we're going to scoot down, but my board. Our director's directing us up here, folks. We're going to pause just for a second while I get my chair fixed here.
All right, first offensive series for Baker High School in the 1991 series. Number 13, Jared Soul at quarterback. And he fumbles the ball. And looks like number 30, Chris Beverly, got on the ball. It's, like you pointed out earlier, Greg, it's going to be a nasty ball handling and footing out there. And we've seen 2 fumbles already, one by each team, and it's going to be tough tonight.
Jay, I walked on the field. I crossed the field a while ago previous to the game, and it's like 5 inches of soggy, soaking wet foam rubber that you're walking in down there. And like you said, that ball's going to stay wet. There's going to be some mishandling of the football tonight. Luck could play a part in this football game for the victor.
We're going to have a procedure call there. That's going to happen an awful lot in the early part of the season. Young men anxious to get off the ball and not quite sure what their signals are.
I believe the left end moved that time a little bit for the Buffalo. Both teams, the Zachary Broncos and the Buffaloes, are both getting off to a ragged, jaggedy start here right now, Jay. And again, it's field condition. We're going to have that probably throughout the night.
Well, we've yet to have an actual play by the Buffs. Maybe we'll get going on this. It's 1st down and a bunch.
All right,
hand off to number 30, Chris Beverly. And he's back to the original 1st and 10 mark. Picked up all we lost in that fumble and also in that penalty. Chris Beverly's is being asked to fill some big shoes. Last year we had little Mulkey, who was an exciting person to watch run the ball. I'm assured by the coaching staff that Chris Beverly is a breakaway runner, and he's had some shifty moves just like Mulkey had, so we're going to be watching him. He may be somewhat strapped tonight because of the field conditions, but...
well, it's just 3rd down. They got a marker at 3rd down. I would have thought it would be 4th down, but...
No, we had that penalty.
That's right.
All right. Once again,
That's going to bring up 4th down. There's a loss on that play, Jay.
Well, we were so used to last year seeing Jared Soule do his magic. Many times all of us thought that he was going to go down and he'd pop out of those piles and go for long scoring opportunities, but that time Zachary had him surrounded, and it looks like Baker's going to have to give the ball up.
All right, punting for the Buffaloes is going to be Kelly Walls, number 11, one of my main men. Kelly Walls, the son of A.J. and Sharon Walls on South Magnolia. Fine little athlete. A decent punt for the weather conditions. It's not going to go anywhere after it hits the ground, Jay. It just dies.
This is not a good night for golfers or punters, I believe.
That's right.
You're not going to get much roll. Well, Baker's got Zachary backed up again. Usually this time of the year, the defense is a little bit ahead of the offense, so we can see if the Buffs can get a turnover here and help the offense out a little bit. There's a keeper by the quarterback, number 11, Brian Holiday, and he doesn't look like he picks up much or anything. There's number 40, Anthony McCurdy, making that tackle. Greg, that's quite a story about Anthony. You know, he played for the Buffs 2 years ago, and he hurt his knee in one of the playoff games, and he's really worked hard last year to rehabilitate himself and come back, and they're really counting on big things for him playing there at linebacker. Second down and about 8 yards to go. There's a pitch back to the running back, and we're losing these numbers already.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult, folks, through the rest of the night as that field starts to deteriorate. Those jerseys are going to get wet and muddy, and we're going to lose some of the jersey numbers. So we're going to try to identify these players on both Zachary and Baker's teams. But we're going to be losing some. We know that already.
All right, putting a hit on that gentleman from Zachary High School was number 22, John Brown. No relation, but I'd claim him if I could. He's a heck of a football player. He's playing safety for Baker High School. We're going to try to point out some of the young men. This is our first game, and we have to reacquaint you with the people that are going to be starters for Baker High School as we go along.
Good lick.
Great play, number 42, Paul Gotro. That's a name from last year that was a real stalwart for the Buffaloes. He broke right through there and knocked the young man down for about a 2-yard loss, and we're looking at 4th down again. We may wind up seeing a punting contest here.
Paul Gotro, one of the game's captains tonight, and the defensive captain, I believe, on the Buffalo team. Number 42, Paul Gotro.
He and Sammy Williams, number 80. Once again, I'll remind everybody, number 80, Sammy Williams, made first team All-State last year in Quad A as a return specialist. Just some wonderful things. Now, Sammy's going to exercise a little bit of judgment there and let it go because the Buffs are going to wind up with good field position once again, Greg.
Well, let's talk about being in Quad A last year and what we're looking at this year, Jay.
Well, I don't know if I want to bring that up. I don't know how to say quintuplet A. It was sure. It sure
5A.
It doesn't roll off your tongue as well as Quad A did. I tell you what, we sure have a task ahead of us. I'm sure those who follow football noticed this past week that one of our new district rivals, Catholic High School, is ranked number 1 in the state in 5A. That was a handoff to number 33, Jared Edwards. He's playing fullback this year. He's a several-year player for the Buffs, but with the departure of several seniors last year, he's worked his way into the backfield. You got Gerald Edwards, number 33, playing fullback, and number 30, Chris Beverly, at tailback, taking Jeff Mulkey's place. Jared Soule, keeper, to the right-hand side. He's loose.
Good yardage.
And he's finally brought down. after a first down. I think we're going to see an awful lot of that, Greg. Last year we saw what a elusive runner that Sewell was. They tell me that his passing has improved. I don't know if we're going to get a chance to see much of that here tonight, but they tell me his passing has improved tremendously, and we all already know what a dangerous runner he is. So we're looking for big things and great leadership from him.
He was terrific last year. If he's as good as he was last year, they got a good quarterback, and you know he had to improve.
That's right. 1st and 10 for the Buffaloes. Hand off to Chris Beverly right up the middle. He bounces to the outside. He's still going. And he's finally brought down. Looks like enough yardage for another first down.
Let me take an opportunity to explain to the folks at home that because of the weather tonight, we only have the advantage of one camera right here from the press box. We couldn't get in and out on the field, and we couldn't have the blimp out tonight. The pilot, the captain of the blimp, Captain Bert Carson, said that the weather, because of inclement weather, he had to keep the blimp in. So we don't have the view from the blimp like we normally would have. We do have the camera from the sideline advantage on it, press box.
1st and 10 from the 20-yard line of Zachary High School. It's a pitch back to Chris Beverly.
Yeah.
He bounces to the outside, and he picks up about 7 or 8 yards.
Rune Orledge in here either, is he?
No, I think I saw Rune last night. He was in Moscow. I don't think he could get back for the game.
Yeah, right. Hey.
We had a pickup of about 8 yards on that play. It'd be 2nd down and 2 yards to go.
There's a view
on
of
about the Zachary 12-yard line.
There's a view of the blimp hangar. That's where they keep the blimp over there when it's not in flight.
Second down and short yardage. Another handoff to Beverly, bounces to the outside. He's still on his feet, and he's finally knocked down inside the 5-yard line.
Well, Baker Buffaloes are sucking it up right now, and they're just holding on to the football. They have a decent drive going since they've regained possession of the football. Good solid running and good ball handling considering the weather conditions.
Exactly. I think they're resorting to what they call in the pros smash mouth football. You just go right at your guy and knock him out of the blocks and just run right behind those big linemen, and we're having folks get moved out right now.
2 minutes and 40 seconds left in the first quarter. Score 0-0, and Baker's threatening.
We got 1st and goal.
A little movement in the backfield on the Buffalo part, and there'll be a flag on the play.
Edwards, the fullback, took a step. Now, he's allowed to do that, but I'm not sure he was set for a full second before the snap of the ball, and we'll see what we're going to have here.
What he did was nothing wrong with it, except then he didn't reset himself. He was confused, and I think that's what caused the flag on the play.
We're having a conference. This didn't seem to be that complicated of a situation, but here's the referee.
Tonight is our 8th year under Trev Production bringing you Baker High School football, folks. No, it's not. It's the 8th year we're bringing a football game, but we got a message for y'all. If the producer, director, cameraman, writer of the script would give us the script. What do you want to say, Bert? This is the 8th year we're bringing it, and it's Trev Productions bringing it. I was close.
All right, the Buffs have penalized 5 yards for illegal procedure that pushes them back to about the 8-yard line. Still going to be 1st and goal to go. Sewell pitches back to Chris Beverly. He's to the outside, and he's finally run out about the 4-yard line.
Under the direction of Mr. Bert Carson tonight, and along with the assistance of Mr. Jed Dayries, who's begging Bert to let him go back to Group W. Cablevision of Baker and Zachary, but Jed wants to go all the way back to Group W. We definitely want to thank Cablevision of Baker and Zachary for telecasting this football game to y'all on this fine Saturday morning. The weather's clear out here this morning and everything.
2nd down and goal to go from about the 5-yard line. Sewell rolls out. He's trying to throw the ball. He's got somebody open. We'll have to see what the referees call. It almost looks like, now we're going to call the incomplete pass. McNeely had the ball for a moment, and he looks like he's down and he may be hurt.
All right, let's take a look at this again. We're going to see a replay here. Well, no, I don't guess we are. Inclement weather has killed the instant replay effect, so sorry, folks. We'll have it back in tune next week, hopefully. I want to tell you that the noise you hear in the background coming from the PA speaker over again is our illustrious police chief, Sid Gotro, who is calling play-by-play from the PA system, keeping the crowd informed, and that's him there. Y'all hear that?
Legene McNeely is up, and he's looks like he's okay. That's good. He's a important cog in our offensive attack this year, playing wide receiver.
Number 12, Jimmy Bass in for the Buffalo.
Right. I want to thank Mr. Ray Beavis at Cablevision of Bacon Zachary for allowing us the courtesy of televising these football games, and he's worked with us very, very close for the last 8 years. And this is his 8th year with the football program. Thank you, Ray Beavis, one of my main people.
Third down, misdirection play. Sewell is in for the touchdown. Nice little naked bootleg there by Jared Sewell. Everybody goes right and Jared goes left, and with his athletic ability, he just bulls his way into the end zone at 1:57 left of the first quarter. Baker takes a 6-0 lead.
We want to thank Pizza Hut again for their support. They've been feeding us up here in the press box for many years. Pizza Hut. We will also want to thank Burger Time on Plank Road. They support the football program. Oh, they're not feeding us tonight.
Number 81, Marty Broussard, attempting to point after, and it's a little wide to the right.
But they're good supporters of Baker High School football. Burger Time on Plank Road. Special thanks to Pizza Hut. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back after this short commercial. We've talked to a lot of people in District 13 in the last couple of weeks, but more importantly, we've listened. Recent polls indicate that the primary concerns of the people of this district are integrity in government and educational problems that we have in this state. We have to have someone in government that'll stay in touch with the people.
Baker High School leading Zachary 6-0 at 1:57 left of the first quarter, and Jared Sewell's teeing it up. I want to point some things out as we go along here, Greg. Over the off-season, the Louisiana High School Athletic Association voted to return to federation rules rather than the NCAA rules, and you'll notice that we're kicking off from the 40-yard line, which is where we kicked off from when you and I played, rather than the 35 from last year. It's a short kick taken by one of the up men, and he's knocked down after about a 10-yard gain.
Well, Jay, it looks like Zachary will have decent field position this time.
That's true. They've been backed up.
Short kick with no roll at all.
I'm not sure if the camera can pick up the raindrops, but they have started back again. I don't think this field really needs any more rain, but we're getting it now. Zachary High School comes up to the line of scrimmage, 1st and 10. Quarterback keeper. It goes for about maybe 1 yard. Number 82, Darren Berninger. Once again, we said we're going to be saying his name a lot tonight.
There's Brian Holliday for Zachary, number 11, quarterback keeping the football.
He's kept it an awful lot tonight. I don't know whether he's the feature player in their offense or whether he's
under the conditions of the weather, Jay, I think probably you're going to probably see a lot of that tonight. It's a real chance of handing that football off and passing it around. It's like a greased pig out there trying to hold on to that thing. I guess why they call it a pigskin, maybe.
Second down and about 9 yards to go, and we've got flags on the field. I don't know whether we had any encroachment or...
Got to be one of the funniest guys in Jed's life, no doubt about that.
We got a dead ball foul. We got offsides. We got encroachment by Baker. One of our players on the front line is a little eager, and he got across there and touched one of the offensive players. Well, that helped out Zachary a little bit, 5 free yards.
As we said earlier in the contest, Jay, the coaches all agree that this is one of the biggest football teams from end to end Baker's ever had, if not the biggest. They are monsters out there.
Zachary going back to pass, and he's being harassed by Darren Behringer.
Looks
like we got an interception coming up here. First interception of the year. Number 80, Sammy Williams. That was a wounded duck, Greg.
Well, we got a player down for the Buffaloes.
All Sammy had to do was wait on that one. That was a combination of 2 really good defensive plays. One by number 82, Darren Behringer, to pressure the quarterback, and Sammy had his man covered, and he just had to wait till the ball come down. We'll try to get the number.
Number 40, I believe. Let's see if...
That's Anthony McCurdy. I was speaking to the young man earlier. I hope he hasn't re-injured that knee because, like we said, he worked so hard last year to rehabilitate himself.
He's going to shake it off.
Well, he's not going to come out of there unless he's really hurt bad, I can tell you that. Look across the line and give me those numbers so I can tell who. That's Baker.
Number 30 for the Buffalo.
That's Chris Beverly.
Number 30, Chris Beverly, the ball carrier, tackled by a whole host of Broncos. Picks up about 3 yards.
That's the end of the first quarter. That went by awful fast. We didn't have a lot of timeouts and a lot of incomplete passes.
All right.
At the end of the first quarter, Baker 6, Zachary nothing.
A brief pause for a worthy cause. On October the 19th, the people of Louisiana will go to the polls and effect a change in our government that will have a lasting impact on our future. We must elect responsible men and women who make government accountable to the people. The future of Louisiana is now. What is the future of Louisiana? Isn't this what it's all about?
Resume play. It'll be the first play of the second quarter. Baker's leading 6-0.
On a pass interception by Sammy Williams about 2 plays ago, the Baker Buffaloes took over on this drive, and they have excellent field position around their own 40-yard line.
We're back on the west end of the field. The east end of the playing field has seen no action to speak of at all. Here we go. Second down and about 5 yards to go for the Buffaloes. There's a handoff to Edwards up the middle. He grinds it out for close to a first down. Just depends on where they spot it. It's getting difficult already on the west side of the field to pick up the spotting of the ball. I'm not sure they had a chance to come out here and repaint the field from last week, Greg. They had to put the jamboree off, as everyone knows, till Saturday, and because of the torrential downpours, and we've had pretty steady rain this week. McNeely spread right. Keeper by Sewell. I don't know if that was a planned play or not. He didn't get far. I think I'd scratch that one if that was a planned play. I think maybe there was a little mix-up in the backfield because both of the running backs looked like they were kind of just looking at each other like somebody was supposed to hit that hole.
That was Sammy Williams that was split to the right, number 80 that time. McNeely probably to the left, I would guess.
That's right. You got to bear with us, folks. We got a bunch of new kids playing this year, and got to get their numbers straight. But we'll improve, just like the team, as we go along. Well, he picked up enough for a first down. He didn't need much, but he eked it out.
Jay, I want to tell you, considering the weather conditions, both cities brought out a lot of people tonight. The Baker High School stands are almost full, and across the way over there, the Zachary Broncos fans followed their team up here. They have a respectable crowd on their side.
That's what we like to see. So many games that we go to, even when we're traveling, lots of times Baker has more folks than the home team does. So we'd like to see a revitalization and an interest in high school football. 1st and 10 for the Buffaloes. Sewell keeps. And he comes out to about the 41-yard line of Zachary High School. That'll be another first down. Well, we're going to get down in that part of the field I was talking about that we haven't used much of yet.
That's where I crossed the field at, Jay, and it's soggy down there. We hadn't been there yet, but it's wet. Let's talk about this rivalry. This is probably one of the most fantastic high school rivalries that they've renewed in the last several years between these two communities that are so intertwined commercially with their businesses and residentially. People live in one city and work in the other. They're all friends. Everybody gets along. Some of the people.
Hand off to Edwards. He bounces back to the inside and picks up about 5 or 6 yards. You're absolutely right, Greg. It was really a shame. Better than 20 years they didn't play each other, and just don't understand why they didn't, because like you said, they've got so many people that were born and raised and actually married people from one or the other town.
Well, because of the redistricting and things, some of these ball players actually live in closer to one city and go to school in the other one. You know, the educators that teach at these schools and administrators kind of overlap. Coach Jerry Boudreaux, who coached you and I in high school football, is the principal at Zachary High School.
Exactly.
I coached him for the football game. Of course, it's always exciting for him because he coached here, went to school here. He played football here himself, and now he finds himself to be the principal at Zachary High School. So that builds for an exciting rivalry when you have that kind of an intermingling between the citizens of these two cities. Both fine cities. Both the people of both cities are just the kind of people that you want to live among, you know.
Chris Beverly just shot through the middle for about a 10-yard gain and another first down for Baker High School. They've got 1st and 10 to go. Handoff once again to Edwards up the middle. He punches ahead for about 5 yards. I think you're starting to see the strength of that big line that we talked about here, and we want to get an opportunity to recognize some of those guys that are down in the trenches that doing the work.
Baker's choosing just to grind it out. They're just running some good key running plays, taking their time, really handing the football off and being real careful because of the field conditions. They're doing an excellent job of holding on to the football and making their handoffs. There's one.
Whoa! McNeely spun down for about a 4-yard loss on that particular play.
You won't see much of that during the season on a dry field. He can make a cut and get away from pursuit like that, and then the pursuit was right on top of him. He can't do anything about it.
Exactly. Let's talk about the people that are playing up front in those trenches there. At center is number 63, Shane Bolton. He's a senior and weighs 215 pounds. At one guard is number 65, Ronnie Reese. He's a senior and he weighs 205 pounds.
Little old bitty guy.
Yeah. At the other guard, we've got number 78, Andre Davis. Boy, he's a baby. He's only a junior. He weighs 275 pounds.
Goodness gracious.
First pass attempt by Jared Sewell tonight. It's incomplete. At one tackle, we've got number 82, Darren Behringer, which we're used to seeing on the defensive side of the ball, but he's a senior. He weighs 215 pounds. At the other tackle, number 76, Kendrick Burns. He's a senior, and he weighs 225 pounds. Playing tight end is 81, Marty Broussard, junior, 175 pounds. So, as you pointed out, we didn't have too many 200-pounders when we played ball, but
I think the only 200-pounder we had was the coach. Where's the beat?
Sewell drops back to pass again. And it's blocked. It's batted. That was a 4th down play, so the ball's going to go over on downs. Well, unfortunately, that was a wasted opportunity. The Buffs were moving down the field pretty good, and they just had that little setback when Williams was caught trying to sweep to the left, and we had 2 incomplete passes, and they're turning the ball over to Zachary High School.
They will be shown at next week's game here at Wedge Kyes Field. Any parents having children that were participating in the
1st and 10 for Zachary on their own 25-yard line.
And claim your towel.
Well, we still got the far end of the field unused.
Sid's announcing for anybody that has a kid that was going to dance at halftime, it's been canceled to go to the gym and claim their child.
Handoff up the middle. We got the best looking running play for Zachary the entire night. He picks up about 7 yards after he bounced off of some people. Number 84, Larry Clark, brought down the ball carrier. Well, he only picked up about 5 yards. Be 2nd down and 5 yards to go for Zachary on about their 31-yard line. Holiday sets a man in motion, and he sets again. Hand off to number 31 around the end. Jeremy Coates for Zachary High School. Well, that's the best 2 running plays we've seen Zachary have tonight, and it results in a 1st down for Zachary High School.
We've got a change in the lineup. We've got Mr. Goo Allen on the camera in the place of Mr. Bert Carson. Goo, your daddy running for Senate, ain't he, son?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
First and 10 for Zachary Broncos. Holiday is swarmed under by number 82, Darren Behringer.
Looked like a fumble.
Yeah, Zachary's looks like they're going to retain possession. I tell you what, Darren Behringer was across that line the instant the ball was snapped.
That boy didn't just leave the ball on the ground there and knocked it loose.
It was about a 4-yard loss on that play to bring up 2nd down and 14 yards to go with half the 2nd quarter gone. 6 minutes left in the 2nd quarter. This game is going by pretty quick because we're having pretty much running play straight up the middle. We're not having anybody go to the sidelines, not too many passes to be incomplete to stop the clock, so it's moving quite fast tonight. You notice Zachary's running a wishbone. Got those 3 backs set. There's a pass. I think that young man may have heard footsteps coming because he was relatively wide open, and he just tried to run before he caught the ball.
He was just a little overzealous, but he'll work that out for tonight. So he was wide open, that's for sure.
It hit him right in the numbers.
Well-designed play for the Broncos.
You don't see a wishbone team throwing the ball too much. That was broken up by number 10, Michael Johnson. You're going to see.
We got 2 backs moving before the ball was snapped. You got to believe with 2 of them moving that maybe there was a misunderstanding on the ball count that time. Maybe the center held the ball after the count.
We got some young men playing tonight that played some last year, but they've had to step up and take over some spots vacated by some graduating seniors. You got number 14, Mike McClary, playing it outside right now, and also number 10, Michael Johnson, who made that hit on the pass. They're going to try it again, and the result's exactly the same. Right in his hands, and he dropped it. Number 80, Sammy Williams, was coming up and was right there in his face, but I think he could have caught that one again too, Greg. It was right there.
He definitely could. Is that 91 or 81?
It looks like 81.
Is that 91?
Yeah, they don't have an 81.
91 is who now?
Brad LaCoy. Brad, too bad you can't use that stickum on your hands anymore because he needed that. Brings up 4th down. The Broncos out to punt. Let's see if they get a little bit better punt. Oh, yeah, much better. It's a low punt. It's a waste. Sammy Williams picks it up. He's coming back to the near side of the field. Uh-oh, there's a clip.
They're going to be called back. He got a clip.
That's vintage Sammy Williams. Unfortunately,
there's a couple of flags, and it was obvious.
Yeah, Paul Gotro didn't. He tried his best, but he couldn't quite get his head.
He couldn't get the angle on the man, but it was all of that for nothing. Long run by Sammy Williams. That doesn't take away from that young man's talent by the farthest stretch of the imagination.
That's right. Sammy Williams, the best return man in 1990 in Quad A football. First team All-State.
The crowd didn't get upset because they all seen what we seen at the time it took place, and it was wasn't anything flagrant. It was just one of those things. It was the angle that he had on the guy. He just couldn't get past him, like he said, to get his head in the right position. Jet Hayes wants to share a few words with us. Jet?
That flag's going to negate
that's what I thought.
About a 70-yard touchdown and move the ball back closer to the Buffs on goal line by about 10 yards. The referees are even walking kind of gingerly back there about the, what is that, the 10-yard line.
Clipping against Baker brings the ball all the way back to about the Baker 12-yard line. Baker takes over first and 10 on their own 12.
Well, the announcer, Chief Sid Gotro, says the ball spotted on the 12. We don't have the advantage to be able to see it from here, to be able to tell what yard line it is. The stripes are about gone on the field due to inclement weather, poor field condition, but we'll take his word for it. Maybe he can see what we can't see.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Buffaloes on about the 10 or 12. We'll split the difference. It's muddy down there, whatever. Sewell fakes and keeps the ball. He comes off the right side, and he's going to pick up better than 10 yards. He's driven out of bounds after picking up about maybe 12 yards, but it's going to be a 1st and 10. Well, Jared looks like he's picking up right where he left off last year, running with authority.
First down for the Buffaloes at the 26-yard line.
5 minutes and 7 seconds left to go in the first half of play. Baker with possession of the football, 1st and 10. On about the 20 or 21-yard line, it looks like.
Got a new wide receiver in the game, number 1, Ivory Leachman, that's split out to the left side. A handoff up the middle to Chris Beverly. I think since about the middle of the first quarter, you can see the size of that Buffalo offensive line starting to take its toll on Zachary. If you folks either came or watched the replay last year of the Zachary Baker game, it was a real Donnybrook back and forth, and finally in about the end of the third quarter, the Baker size wore them down. There's a handoff to Beverly, and he can scoot. He picked up about 15 yards. Well, Coach Mook said to keep your eye on number 30, Chris Beverly. He said Jeff Mulkey was a shifty kind of runner, but Jeff did not have a lot of foot speed. He said Beverly can get through the line, and when he does, he's got tremendous speed. And he showed it to us there. He was gone for 15 yards in the blink of an eye. Got 2 wide receivers to the near side. Sewell pitches out to Chris Beverly, and he's going to run for a long way. Beautiful block by number 82, Darren Behringer. He took out
2 of them.
2 of them, that's right. We're going to, we got that handkerchief back there on the ground. Got that yellow thing down there on the field.
Another flag on the play back near the beginning of the play. Let's see what it's going to be. Crackback block.
All right, now here's another one we talked about. We talked about the kickoff being on the 40-yard line. This is another situation, the change from NCAA to federation rules. in the Federation, you cannot block below the waist once you get off the line of scrimmage. You could do that under NCAA rules, but once you get off the line of scrimmage, you can only do upright blocks. And we're going to probably have a lot of penalties like that throughout the year until the young men really get adjusted to the fine points of Federation rules.
On both teams. You'll see that throughout.
Exactly. It's just a lapse in memory because they've been playing, I would suspect, the age of these young men that the NCAA rules have been in Louisiana High School Athletic Association since they've come up. So they're used to being able to do that, and it's just going to take a while for them to get used to blocking straight up. That negated an awful good run and pushed us back. And it's going to be 1st and 25 with the clock running, 3 minutes and 35 seconds left to go in the first half. There's a pitch out, a dangerous one, but Beverly gets it, and he's going to pick up substantial yardage. He's going to get most of that penalty back and a few extra yards. Picked up about 18 yards.
That's impressive. Both times they pitched out, they handled the football well for considering the weather conditions.
Exactly so.
And we have the press box across the way over there with our PA announcer, Chief Sid Gotro, looking square at us.
Once again, I point out that there's a lot of young men that are playing both ways that you may not be used to seeing on the other side of the ball. Number 22, John Brown.
Sid Gotro standing up, and Brother Billy Minion sitting there by with the Northside Baptist Church.
Number 22, John Brown, who usually plays safety, is he's got the ball. Run, John, run. He's down.
You talk about a fine athlete. I watched that young man in the summertime in the American Legion baseball, and he is a fine athlete, John. I know you'd like to claim kin to him because your name's John Brown too, but
it's just something about that name you can't help but excelling.
With your athletic prowess compared to his.
Well, that showed some real offensive might on the part of the Buffaloes. They had 1st and 25, and they were able to pick up all the 25 plus some and 2 downs. So we've got 1st and 10 to go for the Buffaloes, and the Zachary half the field. Handoff once again to Chris Beverly. He just kind of gingerly picked his way through there and picked up several yards.
Looks like about 3 yards on the play. Baker's handling the ball excellently well for the field condition. Again, they got a good drive going, Jay. They need to keep that sustained drive. They've been in better field position tonight, and due to miscues and things have cost it up. But they're leading the ball game by a score of 6-0 with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to play in the first half. Buffaloes have an attractive drive going at this time against the defense of the Zachary Broncos.
2nd down and about 7 yards to go. The ball's on the 39-yard line. Sewell hands off again to John Brown, but one of the Zachary Broncos, let's see, what number is that young man? We're going to give him a little bit of credit. Number 68, Justin Ford. He was in the backfield with John and Jared and was just about there to get the handoff. And instead, he just kind of wrapped John up and threw him down. No gain on the play. Maybe a half yard, bring up 3rd down and about 6 generous yards. So, gonna look like he's gonna pass. Attempted to number 24, Ivory McCray. We got a lot of different folks coming in at receiver.
Coming in with them dry hands and them dry shirts.
Wet ball.
Wet ball.
Well, another.
Jay, I think number 40. They took him to the locker room. The young man that
Anthony McCurdy
was shaking up a little earlier. Anthony McCurdy, who is a fine premier football player for the Buffalo.
Well, our hopes and prayers are that it's just something minor, because, as we stated, Anthony's an important part of this team, and he's worked so hard to get back to play. Once again, the Buffs are going for it. This is the 2nd time on 4th down. They said, well, what the heck? You know, we're not going to punt very much. Jared's pressured. He's going to run for it. And if he stays on his feet, he's keep going. An exciting man to watch, and he's finally pushed out of after about a 15-yard pickup and a 1st down. He's just so exciting.
Beautiful run.
The play is just beginning whenever Jared Soule is trapped.
That's right. Especially on a dry field.
Yeah, I'm going to tell the fans a story on myself. Last year in the Acadiana game, we didn't broadcast because we were on the road and some technical difficulties, and coaches asked me to film the game, and we had about 10 seconds left to go in the half, and the Buffs were backed up on about their own 10-yard line, and it was a real extreme angle with the camera, and they chased Jared like that, and he was heading for the edge of the field, and I cut the camera off. And the next thing I know, here comes Soule, and the fans will remember a 90-yard touchdown with about 3 seconds left to go on the clock, and I had to go in at halftime and apologize to the young man for not getting his touchdown. But I didn't think there was any way that he wasn't going out of bounds. He had about 4 people in hot pursuit of him on about his own 3-yard line, and the next thing I know, here he comes. So
he's just one of those kind of players
I'm
that never
telling you,
says die.
yeah, whenever he's trapped, the play is just beginning for him.
Baker Buffaloes have a timeout with 1 minute and 12 seconds. They lead the Zachary Broncos by a score of 6-0. Take a brief pause. We've talked to a lot of people in District 13 in the last couple of weeks, but more importantly, we've listened. Recent polls indicate that the primary concerns of the people of this district are integrity in government and educational problems that we have in this state. We have to have someone in government that'll stay in touch with the people.
All right, folks, we're back to action here at Baker High School. We got 1 minute and 12 seconds left to go in the first half. Baker Buffaloes are leading the Zachary Broncos by a score of 6-0. On that last play, Soule retreated the pass, and they put quite a rush on him. He wound up losing about 7 yards on the play, so we're looking at 2nd down and about 17 yards to go. The ball's resting on the about the 30-yard line, and if the camera looks downfield just a little bit, you can see that hardly any action has taken place inside the east 30-yard line. Hand off to number 24, McCray. He's going. One man left to stop him, and he's brought down on about the 10-yard line after about a 20-yard gain. That's the first time that Ivory McCray has run the ball tonight. Number 24, Ivory McCray. That sets up the Buffs. Let's see where they spot the ball. On about the 8-yard line, it's going to be 1st and goal to go. I'm sure the coaching staff would like to add some more points here right before halftime. There's timeout by Zachary. They're not ready to go here. Well, that surely was an exciting play. That's the first time that Ivory McCray has run the ball. He was in a little bit earlier for a pass play. It bounced off his chest, but he showed quite a bit of running ability just then, just bouncing to the outside, and one man stopped him from going all the way. He gained 20 yards when we needed 17 and put us in a great opportunity here to get on the score. Coaches at any level, whether it's Pee Wee to the NFL, they like to put points on the board right at the end of a half. Kind of demoralizes the other team and really pumps your team up. Number 22, John Brown, going into the game, replacing McNeely, or replacing Edwards, excuse me, number 33.
57 ticks left on the clock in the first half of play.
1st and goal to go from the 8-yard line. Got Sammy Williams split this way up. The Buffs.
Oh,
Left tackle.
Oh, Sid cough up. Baker Boo-Boo. That's our announcer across the way. We can hear him, but he can't hear us.
You think he'll watch this so he can see if we say anything about him?
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about him like a dog.
Well, that's gonna back Baker up 5 yards to the 13-yard line. It's still going to be 1st and goal to go. No time expired from the clock. That was a procedure penalty. Soule pitches out
All right.
Once again, here's Ivory McKay, and he is down on about the 6-inch line, folks. That could have gone either way. But Ivory McKay, showing real running authority, is down to about the 6-inch line.
That was a fine run for that young man. It's a shame he missed it by 6 inches from getting himself 6 points. He'll get credit for this touchdown. You can believe that.
Baker takes a timeout to talk it over. 45 seconds to go.
Again, we want to thank Trev Productions, located at 3121 Van Buren in Baker, Louisiana. Stop by and visit their new studios, folks.
And
want to thank Pizza Hut for, again, supporting Baker High School football, furnishing some pizzas to the press box. Want to say hello to Kay Marie Allen, who's up in the press box with us, my little niece.
All right. Second down and goal to go.
You'll probably get to see Sewell take the football on him.
Ivory McKay, touchdown.
Yeah. Well,
that was only fair. He got the ball down there. Right. 2 brilliant runs.
I think that Zachary thought what I thought. I think they were looking for Sewell to keep it since it was 6 inches. A good call by the coaching staff of Baker. That's what we get for trying to second guess them. You know what I'm saying?
Ivory worked for it. He ran that ball extremely well. 3 times he carried the ball.
You know, you got a lot of ball handling on an extra point kick. You got to snap it just right. They got to handle the football. They got to put it down. And then he's got to cue it just right with his toe. You'd almost expect them to be going for those 2-point conversions, but they're going to stick with their kicking game.
Marty Broussard to try his second point after.
And
it's good.
That's the same way I'd have called it.
At 40 seconds left to go in the half, Baker 13, Zachary High School nothing.
All right, we're going to take a break and be back with you in just a moment. On October the 19th, the people of Louisiana will go to the polls and effect a change in our government that will have a lasting impact on our future. We must elect responsible men and women who make government accountable to the people. The future of Louisiana is now. What is the future of Louisiana? Isn't this what it's all about?
We're ready for the kickoff. 40 seconds remaining in the first half at Wedge Kyes Stadium. And it looks like number 81, Marty Broussard, is going to try his hand at kicking off.
Well, we got a little delay. We got some of the Baker police cadets up in the press box with us, and we want them to introduce themselves. Y'all come over here real quick. Come on, we've got time right now. Just say your name.
Kay Allen. Penny Harris. Vicky Rydell.
Some of the young ladies in the Sid Gotros police cadets.
All right, number 81, Marty Broussard, that just made that extra point. Got it teed up on the Baker 40-yard line, and he's a sidewinder, and here's the kickoff. Nice-looking kickoff that goes down to about the 20-yard line. Zachary Runner still on his feet, and he's popped down on about the 28-yard line. 33 seconds left to go. I don't really expect to see a whole lot of fireworks in these next 33 seconds. Zachary probably would be content to go in and kind of talk it over. Being down 13-0 is not too awful bad when you're on the road.
Jay, you never can tell. Their passing game has been intact, except that
they just didn't catch it.
They just didn't catch it, but they've had people open, and they may try something. Let's see. I mean, what do you have to lose? They got 2 wideouts.
Running.
3 wideouts, I'm sorry.
And they do. They drop back, and that's the kind of thing that can be happening. Number 77 for Baker High School, big Ken Hilton, tackled 240 pounds.
9 seconds on the clock, so I see if Baker's just going to kill the ball or they're going to try to bring it in, put it in the end zone.
And that's one of the things that can happen to you when you try that.
Yeah, it definitely can. He just didn't go back into the pocket. He was too excited. It looked like he set up a little early.
We're going to take our last timeout. Coach Mook is signaling for a timeout. You know, on a drier field, you might give a shot at a field goal, but I'm not sure we're going to try that. Maybe 1 or 2 shots into the end zone passing. with the coaching staff, the brain trust of the Buffaloes. Coach Thomas and Coach Mook are down on the sidelines with number 24, our newfound star, Ivory McCray, and number 13, Jared Sowell. And can't quite make out who's standing right in front of number 80, Sammy Williams, trying to decide what they're going to try to do in this last 9 seconds to put some more points on the board here. Zachary giving them a gift here. Ball sitting on about the 17-yard line. 9 seconds is plenty of time to get off a couple of plays if you hurry. Of course, if you got the right one, you only need one. Coaches have decided what they're going to do. Sowell trots back to the huddle. McNeely spread to the left, and now Sammy Williams is going to join him on the left side. Number 24, Ivory McCray in the backfield, along with number 22, John Brown. Sewell drops back. He eludes one tackler. He's looking downfield. He launches the pass. Yeah. It's caught! It's caught by number 82, Darren Behringer.
Beautiful play.
Darren's doing everything on both sides of the ball.
They used 8 seconds on that play. There's 1 second left on the clock. Of course, that's incidental at this point. That's another 6 points for the Buffaloes.
Exactly. Well, Coach Thomas, as I pointed out earlier, when he came to that Rotary meeting and told us about his players, he said, look, I got some tremendous athletes that can go both ways, and we've seen that tonight.
That was an example right there.
I tell you what.
Darren Behringer.
Wonderful catch. Number 8, Vic Todd, the backup quarterback, is the holder. We got a flag on the play. We got some kind of procedure or offsides here. We got offsides. Have to be half the distance to the goal if they choose to accept it.
It's against Zachary?
It's against Zachary. They're offsides.
Offsides against the Broncos, half the distance to the goal. Scored 19-0 with 1 second left on the clock in the first half of play.
Looks like they're still going to kick. In different circumstances, you might see somebody going for 2 points with half the distance cut, but maybe we need some kicking practice. Ball's back to Todd. He sets it. The ball is up, and it's good. And with 1 second to go in the first half, the Baker score is 20. Baker High School, Zachary, nothing. Well, if you're going to second-guess Zachary High School, I guess they wish they hadn't tried that pass play.
Well, it cost them 7 points, that's for sure. But, look, they're an aggressive football team. They're an aggressive community. They want to come out here and win the football game, and as long as they had seconds left on the clock, they're going to make an attempt. And I like that kind of football. I think you could probably count on Baker just squibbing this thing a little bit just to get the ball on the ground. I don't think they'll necessarily kick it to one of the deep people.
Well, without a penalty, this will be the last play of the first half. Once again, number 81, Marty Broussard, is set to kick off, and the ball falls off the tee. There was a nice piece in the paper this afternoon about Marty Broussard and his dad, Milton, telling about Milton coaching all 4 of his sons. Marty's the last son. 35 years of coaching. Milton Broussard, the defensive genius for Baker High School. And it is a squib kick. The whole, get that, it's a live ball. And it's recovered by Baker High School. I don't think they intended to be an onside kick.
They ought to try that again when they got time left on the clock. Well, that's the end of the first half, folks, for the Baker High School. Buffaloes leading the Zachary Broncos by a score of 20-0. We'll be back with you for second half. We've talked to a lot of people in District 13 in the last couple of weeks, but more importantly, we've listened. Recent polls indicate that the primary concerns of the people of this district are integrity in government and educational problems that we have in this state. We have to have someone in government that'll stay in touch with the people. All right, here we are, folks. Here we are, folks, ready for the second half of play at Wedge Kyes Stadium, where the Battling Buffaloes have taken it to the Zachary Broncos in the first half of play by a score of 20-0. And an exciting conclusion to the first half, Jay.
We saw a lot of scoring right there in that last minute of the second half, and the Buffs looked like they were finally getting their offense on track, and we're going to see what's going to happen. The Buffs have to give up the ball here, but their defense has been playing pretty tough here the last 2 minutes of the first half.
Another exciting night of Baker High School football right here at Wedge Kyes Stadium. I'm Greg Allen, along with Jay Brown, who's calling play-by-play.
Uh-oh. We got two striped shirts, and the rest of the officiating crew is AWOL. Now,
some of the zebras are missing out there. Let's see.
Here
they come. Oh, they're coming out of the lunchroom. Let's get a shot. Coming out of the cafeteria over here. Yeah, hey, throw a flag, delay of the game. The head referee's out there with the football teams ready to play football, and we got these. Well, here comes the referee here. Delay of the game on the zebras.
You think they were over there eating some delicious pizza from Pizza Hut, our sponsor?
As Sid just announced over the PA system, we had a dedication tonight. We honor Mr. C.O. Wells for his many years of service in young men's sports here in Baker, and the night's ball game is in memoriam. It's being played for his wife, who has just passed away, Miss Carol Wells. We want to remember her in all of our prayers and all of our thoughts, and thank C.O. and his wife for the many hours that they've spent with the young men of this community. And a lot of them in the red jerseys out there tonight came up through that program, and some of them had played for C.O. Wells. We honored him at the first of the football game with a trophy. And again, we want to say that the ball game's being played in Ms. Wells' honor tonight.
All right, second half's underway. Gerald Soule kicks it back almost to the goal line. Zachary Runner still on his feet. And he's finally slung out of bounds on about the 30, 35-yard line. Once again, we apologize, folks, but almost impossible to see the yard markers. Brandon Bowman, number 85. Another Bowman in the lineup. Everybody will remember his dad, Brad Bowman. Great player here and at the University of Southern Mississippi, the owner of Brad's Health Club.
Zachary takes over to start the second half, 10 on the own 31-yard line.
Zachary High, 1st and 10. Hand up right up the middle, and he's still loose. He's still loose. Pick up of about 17 yards. Finally brought down by number 80, Sammy Williams, Baker's safety man. I think a lot of folks in the interior thought that somebody else had him. You take him.
Well, little Mike McClary, number 14, at the cornerback position, was one of the ones that saved that play that time.
That might be Zachary's first down. If not, it's about the second one. They didn't have too much success the first half. The pitch back.
Well, Zachary's definitely moving the football in the opening seconds of this second half.
He's knocked down by number 32, Wayne Spears. I think that's the first time we called his name here tonight. Another fine linebacker for Baker High School. You're right, Greg. They've picked up 18 yards in the last 2 plays. That's darn near as much offense as they had in the first half. Second down and about 3 yards to go. Right up the middle again. I don't know. You're absolutely right. The coaches picked up something.
That'll be a first down.
That's right.
And on the tackle for the Buffalo,
Number 77, Big Ken Hilton, 240 pounds. I tell you what, there ain't nothing stingy about that defensive line that Baker High School's got. They got some heavy weights on that team.
Impressive drive by the Broncos in the opening 2 minutes of the second half.
Zachary starts out on the 39-yard line of Baker. I think that's about the first time they've been in Baker territory tonight. Right up the middle again. Pick up about 15 yards.
Zachary's offensive line is
Number
doing
22,
the job opening those
John
holes.
Brown, teaming with number 4, Elias McFarland.
Jay,
Stop
the
runner.
Bronco line, the offensive line is opening some holes. They're executing their blocks very well, and then that man's getting into the secondary and picking up good yardage. Another first down for the Bronco.
Most of those gains have come right up the middle, and they're going to pitch out. Number 21 takes it around the left side, and he's still on his feet. He's still running. He's finally brought down
There are some
by number
key
46, Emmanuel Hickman, but not before the Zachary player picked up another first down. It's like a different team out there.
It really is. There's some key blocks by the Zachary Bronco.
I'll tell you what, I don't know what Coach told him at halftime, but he ought to can it and sell it.
Save that sucker.
I'm telling you. First and goal.
Well, Baker's defense got to bow their backs.
Coach Broussard standing out on the field kind of giving the evil eye to his defense, saying, fellas, you give up enough yardage. Let's get tough.
Good play right up the middle.
Right up the middle. Stopped by number 32, Wayne Spears, a middle linebacker. Good. You got it going now. I can see what I'm doing.
Zachary's not doing anything fancy, Jay. Just
a power football.
Basic football. It looks like a different offense completely for the Broncos and a different defense for Baker Buffalo.
It's second down and goal to go from about the 3-yard line. Zachary's first real threat of the football game. They're strong to the right side. There's a handoff right up the middle.
Looks like
He's close to the goal. Oh, there's a fumble into the end zone.
And Zachary recovered it.
For a touchdown. Well, that's a tough way to get it, but it counts just the same. Brad LaCoy, I think we called his name, and he dropped a couple passes, but he was able to find that ball in the end zone.
3 minutes gone in the second half. Zachary has mustered an impressive drive. This could looks like it might be a different ball game in the second
It'll
half.
definitely lift their spirits because Baker was pushing them around in the first half.
Hey, and that pass play that was knocked down and Baker recovering and taking it in for a touchdown looms real big at this point.
Number 10, Tal Lemming for Zachary's going to attempt the extra point, holding his Holiday. There's a flag.
I'm not sure if defense was offsides, if it's drawn offsides. I think maybe somebody on the offensive line might have moved too.
All right. We'll wait and let the Zebras sort
Let's
this
see what
out.
he calls it. Offsides against Baker. It'll be half the distance to the goal. So the extra point attempt will be tried again. It was offsides against the Buffalo.
They're going to move it.
About 1.5 yards from the goal line now.
Well, once again, you are tempted to go for two, but they look like they're going to try to kick again. Number 11, the quarterback, Holiday's the holder. Tal Lemming, number 10 for Zachary, waiting for the set. The ball is up, and it's good. And like you said, we've got a whole new ball game, 20-7. I'm telling you, is this an instant replay of the Ruston Baker game? You know, that started out the same way. They were very lethargic, and they came out and moved the ball just like these guys did. I don't know if they watched a film of that or either they had that pep talk from in there, but Zachary looked impressive on that drive. And also, for you Zachary fans out there, that's the first points of the year. Zachary didn't fare too well last week in the Jamboree. Glen Oaks scored 48 points on them, Greg. That's
in the Jamboree.
Yeah. Glad they didn't play but half the game.
That's kind of telling you that Glen Oaks is going to be somebody to look forward to this year, isn't it?
Well, I tell you what, we have a mighty difficult season this year. We're adding on Lee High School, who we played back when you and I played. They've always had a rich tradition. And Catholic High School, the #1 team in the state, along with our traditional rivals of Bel Air,
I'll tell you,
Denham Springs,
tough schedule,
Glen Oaks.
tough opponents. I bet Goo's glad he ain't playing this year, boy.
And of course, we got some easy people to play in non-district. We got folks like Thibodeau and Covington. So this is going to be quite an interesting year for Baker High School. They're going to have to play some top-notch teams. Zachary High School teeing it up on the 40-yard line. That's a new rule change this year. You'll see, kicking from the 40-yard line instead of the 35 like the colleges do. Waiting for the kick is number 80, Sammy Williams. Number 30 is going to take the ball, Chris Beverly. He returns the ball up to about the 35, 36-yard line of Baker High School, where they'll take over with 8 minutes and 51 seconds remaining in the third quarter. 1st and 10.
Baker will take over 1st and 10. The ball on their own 35-yard line.
Well, the rain's lit up a little bit. I see the umbrellas have gone down and the fans are poking their heads back out again. Maybe the rain will quit for the remainder of the evening. Sewell hands off to Edwards. He slides down the line. Maybe a gain of a half yard or so.
Looks like Zachary's defense is rising to the occasion here in the second.
I'll tell you what, both sides of the ball, about a half yard gain at best. I'm kind of disappointed I didn't get to see the aerial attack tonight. I'm really anxious to see what Jared's picked up in the passing game. They tell me he's improved dramatically since last year, but I don't know if we're going to get a chance to see too much of it with this wet weather. Number 30, Chris Beverly. It looks like there's a fumble on the play. Baker recovered the ball. Number 78, big Andre Davis, junior, 275-pound tackle for Baker Buffalo's alert, jumping on that ball and saving the day for Zachary. I'm sure.
That's 2 plays, Jay, and Baker's only gained 2 yards.
Yep. I'll tell you what, Zachary's fired up on both sides of the ball. Wide receiver split to both sides. Edwards and Beverly. Oh! Number 68 for Zachary, Justin Ford, just came free. And when Jared Soule turned around, he was right in his face, threw him for about a 6 or 7 yard loss, and it's going to bring up 4th down. This is the first punt for Baker High School, or the second punt tonight, excuse me. Number 11, Kelly Walls, had punted once before tonight.
Well, Zachary's very impressive coming out in the second half so far. A little wobbler.
Not a very good kick.
Not gonna
and
get
it's
it.
not going to roll very far, just right past midfield. Zachary's going to take over on their own 48-yard line. Well, I don't really understand this Jekyll and Hyde characteristics of Zachary Broncos.
It's definitely fired up the crowd over on the Zachary side, though. Those folks are getting excited now.
We're about halfway through the third quarter, 6 minutes and 24 seconds left to go, clock running. Zachary High School 1st and 10 on their own 48-yard line. Wishbone formation. Pitch back to number 21, Curtis Green. He's been doing most of the damage here lately. Stopped by number 77, Ken Hilton. We're hearing Ken's name an awful lot
Gain of
tonight.
about 5 yards that time, Jay.
I'll tell you what, they're moving folks out. This old student body left and right out of a wishbone type formation.
Jeremy Coach replacing Green in the backfield for the Broncos.
They seem to have found the answer for sure. Second down and about 5 yards to go for Zachary to hand off to the fullback, and he's stopped for little or no gain. The whole middle of the line there. Number 70, Jeremy Guidry at nose guard. They'll bring up third down. It was a gain of about 1 on that play. Third down and a long 4 yards to go.
Third and about 5 for the Broncos.
There's a pitch back to the trail man, and the Buffalo's right side of the defense is there.
Mike McLaren, number 14, made a fine play that time on defense.
He's stopped by number 14, Mike McCleary, and number 32, Wayne Spears. There's a loss on the play of several yards. Is going to bring up fourth down and about 7 yards to go. Looks like Zachary's going to play the odds and punt the ball away. McNeely and Sammy Williams go back to receive the punt. Sammy standing on about the Baker 20, 19-yard line. Low snap. He gets it away. It's a good kick. McNeely's going to take it. He's coming to the near side. He's got a walk ball forming. He throws off 2 tacklers and finally driven out of bounds on about the 35-yard line of Baker High School. Good little run back.
Boy, they hit a mud pie down there on the
I'm
sideline.
telling you, on a drier field, that might have gone for some distance because they had a good wall set up to this side.
Baker take over at first and 10. At 3 minutes and 52 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Baker 20, Zachary 7.
Score 20-7. Baker Buffaloes with 3:52 left to go in the third quarter of play.
Things a little bit tighter since the beginning of the second half. Zachary coming out in their first possession, scoring, holding Baker down in their end of the field on both of their possessions. We'll see what the Buffaloes can do. They were looking pretty good at the end of the first half.
They looked impressive on defense that time on that series of downs. Let's see if their offense has picked up a little bit here.
Handoff to number 30, Chris Beverly, and he's cut down. No gain, maybe even lost a step.
Loss of 1 on the play brings up second 11. Lance Wilcutt, number 30, the tackler for the Broncos.
Probably got back to about the line of scrimmage.
That's right.
Jay.
They're going to break even on that one. You got to give it to Zachary. They're playing a whole lot better defense than they were in the beginning of this game. Timeout. Baker High School. They want to talk about it.
Timeout Buffaloes.
We're going to take a break and be back in just a moment.
Number 50.
On October the 19th, the people of Louisiana will go to the polls and effect a change in our government that will have a lasting impact on our future. We must elect responsible men and women who make government accountable to the people. The future of Louisiana is now. What is the future of Louisiana? Isn't this what it's all about? All right, we're back. There's still a timeout. The Baker Buffalo team is still mustered at the center of the field, but Zachary Bronco team is over on the sideline with their coaches. Baker called the timeout. I don't know.
It's not what you would call a crucial decision. I think they just wasn't quite ready and organized that last time. It is the first game of the season. There's a lot of bugs. To tell you the truth, I've been impressed with both teams because you really hadn't seen too many offside penalties. There were a couple procedure penalties, but, you know, first game, we're used to seeing a whole bevy of them. And it's been a rather disciplined game here. considering the weather for sure. I tell you what, this near side at 35-yard line is just a quagmire out there. Second down, 10 yards to go.
Yeah, it's muddy too.
Pitch back to Beverly. He picks up about 5 yards.
And it's muddy too, Jay.
Tackle by number 30, Lance Wilcox.
Hey, look, I got to get some use out of that high-power college education.
That's what I'm talking about.
Brings up third down and about 6.
Beverly picked up about 4 yards on that little toss sweep. Third down, 6 yards to go. I'm sure the Buffs like to pick up a first down on this thing here. They've had to give the ball back to Zachary several times, and Zachary's been looking pretty good. There's Soul eluding the tackler. They're closing in. He made him miss again. There's Jared.
Look at that man run.
Textbook Jared Soul. Picks up almost 20 yards. I'm telling you, whenever the man is trapped is when the play begins.
Well, he put on a seminar for some of those boys, can't he?
Torlonzo Tate of Zachary brought down Jared Soul. Torlonzo. That we're going to have to add that to our list of favorite names in the opposing player.
In the annals of Baker High School football.
Torlonzo. First and 10. Ball on about the 49-yard line of Zachary High School. Hand off to Beverly, right up the middle, right up the middle. He's bounced to the outside. Tell you what, for a tailback, Chris Beverly doesn't mind sticking his nose in there and just going straight ahead. You got a lot of those guys running out of the tailback position. Don't like to run up the middle like that. They like the outside, but Chris doesn't look like he minds sticking his nose in there and grinding it out for a few yards. He picked up about 9 on that play. It'll be second down and about a short 1 left. Hand off to Edwards, fullback, right up the middle. Not much of a game, but looks like enough for a first down. It's what you want out of a big fullback. Get that yardage when you need it. Short yardage right up the middle. That's going to be close enough for a measurement.
Bringing out the chain gang.
Well, I don't think they've got to measure anything tonight. I think it's in their contract that they got to get at least one measurement a game or something.
Well, this is about the second measurement that they've had. We had one earlier.
Made it by 3/4 of a football. I don't know why I couldn't see that.
First down, Baker.
First and 10, 56 seconds left to go in the third quarter.
33-yard line.
This has been a very fast game. Not much passing. Not many people run out of bounds to stop the clock. Beverly once again, he cuts back against the grain. He could be loose.
He's gone.
He's gone. And there you go, folks, just exactly what we were talking about earlier that Coach Mook told us about. The boy has got blazing speed. Once he breaks the line of scrimmage, he is gone.
Great cutback ability. He can do that on a wet field. He's got good footing.
Wonderful peripheral vision. He cut back and just put the burners on.
When you get a guy in a broken field like that, too, on a wet field, the defenders can't make the cut once he gets open like that. They can't cut with him, and they lose the footing. He knows when he's going to cut, but they don't.
Marty Broussard on again to try the extra point. Vic Todd, number 8, going to hold, down. The ball's up, and it's no good.
No good. Short and off to the right. It was tipped by somebody. 34 seconds left to play in the first half of play. The Baker Buffaloes lead the Zachary Broncos by a score of 26-7 right here at Wedge Kyes Stadium. We're going to take a break and be back with you in just a minute.
We've talked to a lot of people in District 13 in the last couple of weeks, but more importantly, we've listened. Recent polls indicate that the primary concerns of the people of this district are integrity in government and educational problems that we have in this state. We have to have someone in government that'll stay in touch with the people.
All right, back to begin the fourth quarter of play. The last stanza here in tonight's ball game. All the Baker High School players are holding up four fingers, indicating the fourth quarter belongs to them. 12 minutes left in this contest. Baker leading the Zachary Broncos by a score of 26-7. I'm Greg Allen, along with Jay Brown, bringing you Baker High School football. Production under the production of Treb Productions, Mr. Bert Carson, camera operator Goo Allen, and our assistant, Mr. Jed Dayreed.
All right, we're ready to go back to live action now here. Second down and 8 yards to go for Zachary High School. Pitch back. And a pop, and a flying Zachary Bronco picks up about 2 more yards to bring up about third down and about 5 yards to go. Well, whatever little spurt of enthusiasm Zachary had, it seems to have cooled off a little bit, Greg. Coach Milton Broussard, I'm sure, got that defense over to the side and jacked them up a little bit, and you see them playing a little bit tighter than they were at the beginning of the second half. Third down, 6 yards to go for Zachary High School. Wishbone formation. Hand off to the fullback, who picks up about 1 to 2 yards, and he is hit by the whole Baker High School line, headed by Andre Davis, 275 pounds. I tell you what, I think we'd have to lump about 2 or 3 of the players together from our time frame to get 275 pounds, Greg. Fourth down. Broncos have to punt the ball away. Waiting to receive it is
good kick.
Sammy Williams. Sammy's going to take the ball. There's a wall forming on the near side. He's down the edge. He's cutting back across the green, and he's finally pulled down from behind. That doesn't happen very often. 44-yard line of Baker High School. They'll start their new drive, 1st and 10. 10 minutes and 15 seconds left to go in this contest with the Buffaloes ahead, 26-7. Oh, we got a change in quarterback, Greg. Number 8, Vic Todd, coming in to run the offense for Baker Buffaloes.
He's been impressive so far in practices and in the jamboree also, Jay.
Number 83, Conrad Vessel checking in.
Once again, number 24, Ivory McCray, is at tailback. And it's pitched back to him. Mr. McCray has been impressive. He kind of loses his footing on that particular attempt, but he still picked up a yard or so.
2 yards on the play. He's going to bring up 2nd and 8.
We've got a few different players in there at wide receiver. Number 1, Ivory Leachman, as we mentioned already. Number 24, Ivory McCray. Vic Todd, number 8 at quarterback.
Number 64, Darrell Jackson.
Number 33, Gerald Edwards, is still at fullback. Be second down and about 8 yards to go. Todd hands off to number 33, Edwards. Short gain.
Number 33, Darrell Edwards, the ball carrier.
8 minutes and 55 seconds left to go in the ball game, and Baker's leading the Zachary Broncos by a score of 26-7 here at Wedge Kyes Stadium. We hadn't lost anybody in the stands yet, Jay. We still have the crowd that we started with on both sides.
Third down and about 5 yards to go for Baker High School. Todd drops back to pass. He shoots one out to Ivory McCray. He's got it. He's in the wide. Oh! I tell you what, Ivory slipped and was more instrumental in his own tackle than the Zachary player was. Vic looked pretty sharp on that pass. It's the first completed pass tonight, I think, for either team. First down and 10 at the Zachary 35-yard line. Hand off to Ivory McCray. He scoots through there for about 3 to 4 yards, depending on where they spot down his knee. I think they're going to give him about 3 yards.
Second down and 7.
Todd running the option. He keeps it. He's grabbed by his jersey, but he's right on the first down. Right on the yard marker for first down. Just depends on where the officials spot it. And it's first down. 25-yard line of Zachary High School. Well, Vic showed a little bit of running ability there, and actually they grabbed him by the jersey and kind of pulled him down from behind.
Baker and Zachary High School football at its best, folks, right here at Wedge Kyes Stadium. The opening game for both schools, regular season.
Vic drops back to pass. He shoots one wide open. Wide open to number 81, Marty Broussard.
I know there's a coach out there going to be proud of that kid.
He picked up about 9.5 yards, so it's going to be second down and very short yardage on about the 16-yard line. And the clock continues to run. Just a little bit more than 6 minutes left to go in the game. Baker in control, 26-7, and they're on the move again. Hand off to Edwards up the middle. First down, he's still loose. Finally brought down right about the 10-yard line. Depends on where they spot it, whether it'll be first and goal or first and 10. Looks like they're going to spot it right outside the 10-yard line, so it'll be first and 10 on about the 11-yard line.
Vic Todd's handling the offensive very well right now.
He really is. This is a great opportunity for him to get to play some.
He's a fine little athlete, I'm going to tell you.
He is.
Number 8, Vic Todd at the quarterback position for the Buffalo. Uh-oh, got a little fumble.
Ivory McCray back on the ball and recovers for Baker.
Good heads-up football for the Buffaloes.
They lost about a yard on that play, but they did keep the football. That was the important thing. So
well, we'll see all 4 downs if that's what it takes, because they ain't going to be no punting.
Oh, no. Pitch out to McCray. Uh-oh.
Flag on the play. Got another blocking below the way. Illegal block by the Buffalo.
Yeah, it's the second one of those we've seen tonight. Like I said, it's just going to take a while for them to get used to the new rules.
I want to thank Pizza Hut for sponsoring tonight's football game. I thank Trev Productions under the direction of Mr. Bert Carson, who's been working with this program for 8 years to bring people Baker High School football right in their living room on delayed telecast Saturday mornings. That's very important to these young people out here to participate, and the coaching staff that we can have a service like that for the community, Jay. And we want to thank Cablevision of Baker and Zachary for allowing us to televise these football games across the cable system. I want to thank Mr. Jed Dayrees, who's been working with us for that 8 years. He's been up here with us. And Mr. Goo Allen, who was a cameraman, took a break for a couple of years and played out there with the Buffalo, and he's back with us again.
Well, you can see how serious that the rule makers consider that type of infraction. The Buffaloes are hit with a 15-yard penalty. Backs them way up. 2nd and 25. Fake handoff. It's going to be a screen pass to Edwards. He's got blockers in front of him, but he's going to be run down from behind. One of the few times that a ball player has been run out of bounds tonight. We got some folks playing on both sides of the ball for Zachary. That's number 23. We've called his number Gary Coleman several times, running the ball for Zachary High School, but he's playing safety. He rode Edwards down out of bounds.
4 minutes and 14 seconds left to go in this contest. Score Baker Buffalo 26, Zachary Broncos 7.
We'll take a break and be back with you in a moment.
On October the 19th, the people of Louisiana will go to the polls and effect a change in our government that will have a lasting impact on our future. We must elect responsible men and women who make government accountable to the people. The future of Louisiana is now. What is the future of Louisiana? Isn't this what it's all about?
We are, folks, back ready for play with 4 minutes and 14 seconds left to play in the ball game. Baker leading the Zachary Broncos by a score of 26-7 here at Wedge Kyes Stadium. I'm Greg Allen along with Jay Brown, who's calling play-by-play. Jay, been an exciting ball game if you're a Baker Buffalo fan.
Well, we've seen some impressive things here tonight. Fairly disciplined team for first game of the year. I'm sure the coaching staff would have wished for drier conditions so they could unleash a little bit more offense and maybe work their passing game in a little bit more. But so far, other than Anthony McCurdy, which we'd like to check on him later, we haven't had any serious injuries, which we're thankful for that.
Getting the wounded Bronco off the field. That's number 31, I believe, for the Zachary Broncos. Who is that, Jay?
Jeremy Coates.
Jeremy Coates shaking up on that play, and it looks like he's going off the sideline under his own power.
Well, he weighs 152 pounds, and he's out there playing with them boys. We've been talking about the excess of 200 pounds.
Uh-oh.
Whoa!
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Now, I'd said earlier we wasn't going to punt on this series of downs, but
we might get back far enough to be able to do that.
That's going to bring up 4th down and a whole bunch of yardage.
They definitely had that one smelled out.
All right, whatever yard line it's on, subtract 1. 39-yard line, they got 4th down and 38 to go. So we will see a punt. Kelly Walls, number 11, is going to be punting for the Buffalo, son of Mr. A.J. Walls and Miss Sharon Walls.
Well, Louis bounced it back to him. He can practice his out-of-bound kicking here. And it is going to roll out of bounds on the
That's inside the 20. That's what you want to do.
line.
Not exactly a coffin corner, but I mean, it's inside the 20. That's what.
It's in the funeral parlor.
That's it. That's where you're supposed to keep them at. That's right. There we have the Baker High School cheerleaders in the end zone. The 1991 Baker High School cheerleading staff.
As opposed to last year, folks, when we were on the road for a number of games, we're going to be at home for a little while this year. We want everybody to come out next week because we're playing Thibodaux High School. And in the last couple of years, we have really started a rivalry with Thibodaux. We took the best of them year before last, and we went down to their place for the playoffs, and they trimmed us by a few points. And then last year's game was a real knockdown, drag out, and they took the best of us again. Thibodaux got all the way to the semifinals in Quad A last year. We got as far as the quarterfinals, so they're expected to have a really good team. I think they're ranked somewhere in the top 5 in the state. They're the Newsline 9 #1 team. So we need all the fan support out here that we can get for Baker to take
Thibodaux
on.
Tigers. One thing about it this year, we got them playing in our house this time.
That's right. We've played them here once and we won that game, and twice down there, and they've edged us out both times.
We
down
invite
there.
you all out next Friday night to watch the Baker Buffaloes take it to the Thibodaux Tigers right here in Wedge Kyes Stadium.
We got a couple new jerseys for Zachary High School, and boy, they stick out like a sore thumb, don't they? It won't take but about one play to get dirty. First, oh, he's going to throw it to him, too. Well, I said it. He's going to get dirty. First play. Well, Little Holiday is not a bad quarterback. He's got the ball to the people. I don't know whether it's just that they're anxious or the ball's wet or whatever, but he's delivered the ball on the money. Zachary's going to have a decent year. It's tough stepping up in classifications and taking on a big team.
Brandon Bowman, number 85 in the ball game for the Buffalo. As you said earlier, son of Brad Bowman, Brad Bowman's Health Club. Brad and Miss Kathy.
Zachary, timeout. They didn't like what they saw.
Timeout, Zachary.
Think Brandon scared them?
That must be what it is. They had to regroup when they seen Brandon come on the field.
I'm telling you. Well, anything can happen in football, but we got 3 minutes and 3 seconds left to go and a 19-point lead. And I haven't seen anything lately that makes me think that Zachary's going to mount a tremendous comeback.
Zachary Cable Vision to see the time and listeners will rebroadcast this game will be later on in the week.
Our good friend Sid Gocho is plugging the
giving us a
the
little
show.
there.
You notice he
Let's see if
didn't
we can pick
mention,
him up here on the camera. Yeah.
he didn't mention our name, if you noticed that, huh?
Wave at us there, Sid. Yeah, there he is.
We're ready to return to action. I don't know. You think Mr. Abbott's got anything to worry about?
Yeah, I believe he does. That man got a voice over there.
1st and 10 for Zachary from their own 16-yard line. Pass incomplete from Holiday to attempted to number 80, Alan Scott.
Well, the Broncos have to go into punt formation. It's going to be 4th and 10, I guess.
Yeah, we got
2 minutes and 59 seconds left to play in this ball game. Baker leading by 19 points by a score of 26-7.
Well, this looks like a good spot for a run back. You got Sammy Williams and Chris Beverly, 2 speed merchants back there for Baker High School. And, well, he tried to kick it out of bounds. It goes to Sammy Williams. He waits for the wall to form. He dodges 2 guys. He's still on his feet. He's still on his feet. He's still on his feet. And he is going, oh! He fumbled the ball out of bounds on the 1-yard line.
Hot dog it. Well, he was going, wasn't he? I mean, he wasn't checking up. It was difficult for the defense to tell where the sideline was. They kept thinking they were bumping him out of bounds every time. And he still had a lot of sideline left. You can't see the sideline marker, but the referees were standing on it, so they knew he was in bounds. He just kept on trucking. And one guy hit him right before the goal line, and he coughed that football up.
He must have heard me try to call that play. See there? I would have looked like a genius if he'd have scored.
That's kind of like one of them plays you talking about when you turn the camera off there. Everybody kept thinking it was over with. He just kept on going.
First and goal from the 1 yard line.
Vic Todd bringing his team up to the line of scrimmage. Quarterback, whoa.
Whoa. He dropped the ball.
He sure did. Let's see who comes away with it. I think Baker might have recovered the ball.
I think John Brown, number 22, got on the ball.
Well, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Well, I mean, it's.
Wait a minute.
Oh, I don't know.
Well,
John
they're saying the Zachary Broncos recovered the football.
John's hot about it.
I think John feels like the ball was wrestled away from him after everything had shut down, but you got to stay in there and fight right till the referees pull you off.
Well, that's an unfortunate situation. We got Zachary backed up to there.
Unfortunate for the young man that ran the football down to that position. Because you definitely, with the field condition and ball handling like it is, you don't envy Zachary being right there in their end zone with that football.
That's true. We've got some new players in for Baker High School. Number 9, Jimmy Flott or Flotte. I'm sorry, I'll have to find out how to pronounce these. Number 15, Trevor Smith. And number 11, Kelly Walls playing defense.
Little pass play.
Oh!
Wait, we got flags on the play, and the flags were thrown way before.
I'm telling you what, you just about had Roderick Woodward pick the pocket of that fella and go in for a touchdown. Another step.
The flags was thrown before the ball was thrown, so it had to be something with somebody offsides or something on the
procedure. Well, they don't have much to lose. The ball's on about the 2-foot line.
Well, it may be against Baker. They would point over to red church. Let's see.
Okay. No, it's against Zachary.
Okay.
An illegal receipt. No, let me see here. Oh, illegal participation. They had 12 men on the field.
Okay. Good call there, Jay Brown. Downtown Jay Brown. And it's a loss of down, I think. It'll probably be a second down.
Somebody's got to wake up the down marker, fella. Yep. He didn't realize that it was second down. Zachary got second down and 10 to go from about their own 1 yard line. Quarterback sneak. He pops out.
You're going to pick up a first down on that, Jay.
I'm telling you. 17-yard line, stopped by number 42, Paul Gotro. Well, they got him a little bit of breathing room.
Yeah, a minute and 42 seconds left to play in the ball game. Baker with a comfortable 19-point lead. A score of 26-7 of Zachary Broncos.
Hand off to the fullback. He grinds ahead for about 2 or 3 yards.
Clock's running, and Zachary's going to call a timeout. We're going to take a brief pause for where they called. We'll be back in a moment.
We've talked to a lot of people in District 13 in the last couple of weeks, but more importantly, we've listened. Recent polls indicate that the primary concerns of the people of this district are integrity in government and educational problems that we have in this state. We have to have someone in government that'll stay in touch with the people.
timeout right here with 1:07 left to go. Baker leading 26-7. It's going to be second down and about 9 yards to go when play resumes. Another player, number 90, Chris Brumley, checks in for Baker Buffaloes. A lot of folks getting to play. Also, Timothy Waldrop, number 20, playing safety for Baker. Holiday goes back to pass. It's broken up by number 28, Roderick Woodard. Clock stops with 1:01 left to play.
Turn out the lights. The party's over.
Third down and 9 yards to go. I don't know if you'll see a punt this time either, Greg. They may play out all 4 downs since there's a minute or less to play after they play this play. Pitch back to the tailback. He's still on his feet. He's got close to the first down. Oh, we got a flag, dead ball foul. Somebody did something nasty. Either.
Jackson, number 21 was voluntary for the Broncos. That'll be Curtis Green.
We got some extracurricular activity that took place. Oh, we got somebody kneeing somebody. I don't know who the knee-or and the knee-e was, but we're going to find out in a second.
That's right.
I had to work some of that lawyer talk in.
Look, we know them. Personal foul against Zachary.
Uh-huh.
Next Friday night against the Seminole Tigers. The halftime show that was scheduled for tonight is rescheduled for that game. I'd like to remind everybody to please be in attendance. There's a special treat for halftime playing party.
I suspect they're getting ready to assess a big one against Zachary. The really big one. In fact, I don't think we have enough yards to give him all of it. I think it's going to be one of them half the distance to the goal line things. Unless Baker refuses it, because I don't know. They would have first down. I think on the play, and it was a dead ball foul, so you may wind up with them getting first down and then the 15-yard penalty. We just have to wait and see and let the Zebras sort this all out.
For the first time tonight, though, Jay, the crowd's starting to thin out now with 51 seconds left in the ball game. Baker with a 19-point advantage. Score 26-7.
Number 27, Gary Singleton in the ball game for the Buffaloes.
We got a personal foul against Zachary. All right, and they're going to say it wasn't a dead ball foul. It was live during the play, so that negates the good run by Zachary and puts them way in the hole. Third down and about 17 to go. Head referee went over to explain what happened to Coach Thomas, and he's jogging back to his position behind the offense. Another quarterback keeper. Holiday bounces to the outside. Picks up about 5 yards. Clock still running.
Be fourth down, the clock's running.
Stopped by Kelly Walls and Paul Gautreaux. Maybe one more play.
I doubt it. I think they're going to let the clock run out.
It's going to be close.
I don't even think they're going to attempt it. I think Zachary's going to choose to let the clock run out.
Yeah, they don't look like they're...
6 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of tonight's football game where the Baker Buffaloes have defeated the Zachary Broncos by a score of 26-7 here at Baker Wedge Kyes Stadium. We're going to take a break and be back with a wrap-up in just a moment. On October the 19th, the people of Louisiana will go to the polls and effect a change in our government that will have a lasting impact on our future. We must elect responsible men and women who make government accountable to the people. The future of Louisiana is now. What is the future of Louisiana? Isn't this what it's all about?
Jay, that was a great beginning for the season for 1991 for the Baker Buffaloes, and wasn't too exciting for the Zachary Broncos, but they got a good team. They're going to hang tough with a lot of people this year. They mustered an impressive drive to begin the second half, got everybody's attention for sure. The first game, of course, culminated in a victory for the Buffaloes, and that is a good start for a new season. And we've had some exciting seasons here recently in Bufftown, and I think this one won't be any exception. How do you feel?
Oh, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I think Zachary's going to win some games. It's tough when you step up in classification and play Baker. They're a 5A team now. We're going to have to find a new acronym for this. But they're a good team, and they're going to do well. The Buffaloes, what can I say about them? Coach Thomas has taken his real athletes and put them on both sides of the ball. We saw some things tonight that we weren't used to. John Brown, number 22, played both sides of the ball. Darren Behringer, I tell you what, maybe he ought to be a wide receiver. That was an absolutely fantastic catch that he made in the end zone, diving for that ball for that touchdown. But I think the Buffs are going to have some great experiences here. Vic Todd looked good at quarterback. Jared, what can you say about him? He started out right where he left off, and Sammy Williams too. He looks like he's on the road to be #1 team All-State again in that return. So we got a bright future. We got a tough schedule this year. Thibodeau Tigers coming here next week. Tough new district, but I think Coach Thomas will have them up ready for the challenge.
I really do, too. I think that we're in for an exciting season. What we've seen out here tonight, under less than ideal conditions as far as that field was concerned. Of course, that was to a disadvantage of both of those clubs out there, being the first game, too. And you can't tell very much, about broken field, running pass plays and things like that. You were excited about seeing Gerald Sowell throw. Well, you can't see that in a situation like we had out there tonight. But we got some big things ahead of us. I'm excited. McCurdy, they took him off the field, and number 40, and we hope he's okay.
Sure do.
Because he's a fine athlete. That young man is a fine athlete. They got several of those that you mentioned that's been together for several years now. So we need people like that to go the distance in the season. And I'm sure that Coach Thomas and his coaching staff will have them ready, and we're proud of the job that they're doing with those young men, as they have every year, and we wish them luck through the season. We're going to be with them. We're going to be with them home and away, and follow them and bring them bring the folks good high school football to their living room on Saturday morning. We want to thank our sponsor, Pizza Hut, for tonight, being the sponsor for tonight. We want to thank Trail Productions that puts this thing together for you. Bert Carson's been working on this program for 8 years, and it's a lot of trouble bringing all this equipment up and seeing that this thing gets on the air. I want to thank Cablevision of Baker and Zachary, who allows it to be aired. This is community support. These are people that's involved in the community. Like I said, we've been doing it for 8 years, and we enjoy doing it. We'll do it for another 8 years, and another 8 years after that. We're involved in the community, and it takes that. It takes a lot of people to be involved in the community, both here and in Zachary. They have the same thing going up there for them, and that's what makes the two communities what they are. So if you can, help out in the program any way you can. There's a lot of things that you can do to support Baker Athletics, and so give us a call and give us a hand sometimes. And we appreciate it. Let's wish the Buffaloes good luck for the rest of the season. And let's follow them. Everybody come out. Good game next week against the Thibodeau Tigers. Y'all be here right here at Bufftown, and we'll see you then.